You guys have a lot of new coaches, good number of new faces out there. How do you feel like it's all coming together defensively?
Yeah, it's been nice over the last couple of weeks, just bonding closer with those guys and getting to see how they think, how they work, how they coach. Every coach has a different style, different philosophy and whatnot. And so it takes some time to kind of build up that relationship. And I think, this spring has been really good to be able to get all those guys together and be able to, work as a group and see how everybody flows together. And I think it's been great. I think we're working really well together, and it's nice to get out here and, in front of some fans and some new scenery and just be able to test things out.
What's been kind of the primary difference between Coach McGovern and Coach Azzanaro as far as the way they like to run things?
I think they're pretty similar as far as like personality wise, but obviously, Coach McGovern's been so primarily more in the NFL, and so he runs a lot more of kind of that style type of stuff. He just thinks more of in those terms, and the way he teaches obviously is just a different philosophy and the way that he sees the game. I think it's always good to get a different perspective and be able to have a guy come in with that much experience and be able to just share that knowledge with you. Anybody who's been coaching that long, I think he's been coaching 36, 37 years, they got a lot of football in them. And so just be able to pick his brain, see how he thinks, it's been great for us.
Is that hard to adapt to, or has he brought it on, slowly with like little tweaks here and there, especially for different position groups?
I think he's been really good with it over the course of spring. Typically, in a camp, you'll try and install a lot of, you'll throw a bunch of stuff out, see how much the guys can pick up on it, how much sticks with us, what works well, what guys like, what they struggle with, and then you kind of work back from there. So I think he's thrown a lot at us, and we've adapted well, and we have a lot of things obviously to work on still. But it's been good being able to just see tons of different types of defenses, and just be able to play around with who we are as a defense and try to figure that out.
Defenders throughout spring have said that Coach McGovern really talks to everybody individually. What is he said to you? Giving you advice on?
Yeah, I think he's a real personal guy, a personal coach. The way he coaches, he likes to, obviously he's the defensive coordinator, so he's going to speak in generalities when he's coaching in front of the defense. But when he pulls you aside one-on-one, he's very personal. You can tell that he pays attention on every single rep, that he watches all the film of the whole entire practice, and that he stores that in his brain. And whenever he sees you in the hallway, he gives you really specific coaching tips. And I think that's been really good. He always, is kind of tweaking my pass rush and different stuff like that. When we're at lunch or random times, he'll kind of just pull you over, and I think it's been awesome to have a guy like that, a brain like that, the way he works.
What have you thought of the Murphy twins? They're obviously good in the backfield a lot, and then Musao, I'm sure I pronounced that incorrectly, but he's covering a lot of territory and being very disruptive as well.
Yeah, we've had a bunch of new additions on the defense. Obviously, the Murphy twins been doing great, providing a lot of pressure off the edge, and then in the middle. We got some couple guys coming in and being able to see them work around each other. I think the biggest thing I said is probably just being able to have, with a bunch of new guys in on defense and a lot of turnover from last year, just being able to come out and try and work the communication and figure out how guys play. It's the same, like I said, the same point before with the coaches, having new coaches. When you have new players, you got to figure out how that guy thinks, how is he going to react, because football is all a game of reaction. So if you can understand what the guy in front of you is going to do, and then you behind him can react off of him, that makes you, the defense, that much better.
What's your role in the communication?
As far as like down to down?
Yeah, just among the guys.
Yeah, I mean, typically outside backer, you're not really calling the defense or anything like that. That's more the middle linebacker. But I'd say every guy on the field is going to communicate, and any guy that sees things, there's no secrets in football. So that's what they say. So if you see something, you're going to call it out. And obviously we're saying little things here and there on the D line and communicating in the back end and whatnot. But overall, I think the thing that we've been doing really well is just communicating as a whole. The entire defense is being able to talk and see things out, and be able to have the guys that have had some more downs be able to feel comfortable stepping up and just communicating that out on the field.
What's it been like working with Ken Norton?
Yeah, I haven't worked with him directly as far as position-wise, but when we're in drills and different drills, working on special teams and whatnot, he's been a great guy. And he's kind of the same thing as Coach McGovern. Obviously, he's got tons of football knowledge, so being able to pick his brain as well. I always sit kind of next to him in our team defensive meetings, and he's always kind of whispering things, saying stuff and whatnot, stuff that he sees on the film, and and just little things that maybe, I myself, who's only been, this is my 5th year coming up, comparatively to him, like, obviously I don't know anything compared to him, in a scale wise. So being able to pick up the little things and things that he sees that I don't really see that, being able to work off him has been great.
How was it today to be out there in front of fans and showing your stuff?
Yeah, no, it was super fun. Super fun to be able to get out here in front of people and have the music blasting and new faces around and being able to get to watch practice. So it was really fun. Again, it was just practice on TV, so coming out here, getting the work in and still going through the same periods and same motions and stuff. So, I thought it was really fun. Got to get after the defense a little bit as well as the defense get after us. So it was fun.
Got to ask about the helmet cam. Can you tell us about that, what that does for you? And I'm assuming you maybe go watch the footage later.
Yeah. It's one of Coach Kelly's new toys for the quarterbacks, and we're working with I think it's Stanford Water Polo to do the little a new VR system. So having the 360 camera on my head and being able to see a first-person point of view of what I'm seeing on the field in live time, and so I get to go back and watch that stuff and be able to get to use the metaverse and the VR system and be able to look around and all that stuff too. So it's cool.
It's new this year, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, brand new. At least to us. So.
Is there one thing that maybe in the early practices that the cam helped you go on later?
No, I think just being consistent, showing up with the same attitude every day, being grateful, being thankful to be where I'm at, and being able to play football. And so just keep my head level and making sure that I'm staying positive for everybody throughout the day. So
With Greg moving on to the NFL, do you have a new roommate now?
I don't. I actually live by myself. Once Greg left, I was like, I don't know. So no, that was my guy. So I'm living by myself now.
Did you have to move into a smaller unit, or you got the same big unit?
No. Yeah, I still got the same big unit. I actually moved off campus. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm really off.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're replacing a lot of production of receivers. Can you talk about the chemistry you developed and some of the guys that have stepped up there?
Yeah. Especially with all the new guys like Bobo, Titus. They've really come along really well. Some of the younger guys like DJ Justice, and guys like Devontae and Slomer and all those guys. So, no, the receiver room's looking really good. Obviously, they got a lot to learn with some new faces in there, but I think with the experience from Bobo and Titus and stuff, the guys that played before, I think we'll be all right. So,
You've seen a lot of Hudson getting targets and catches. I mean, it's not his first year here, but it seems like he's definitely taking a big step up. What have you seen from him, your relationship with him on the field?
Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna have two true tight ends this year with Zeke and Hudson. So I'm really excited about that, and then obviously adding in Martinez and all those guys too, and then Carson Ryan. So I think we're gonna have a really good tight end group as we always do. So I'm excited about Hud and Zeke for sure.
You guys lose some guys on the offensive line. You've also had some injuries. You also have guys that are coming in later.
Yeah.
How has it been working with this offensive line in spring?
Yeah, obviously it's been a little rough at times with new faces and all that stuff, so that's expected. But again, I know what to expect, and I know this isn't a fresh starting, or I know it's a fresh starting five, so I know it's going to be a little bit of bumps in the road along the way. So it just makes my game a lot better. I have to know when to get the ball out faster and being able to work around the guys and all that stuff too. So,
in your opinion, any of the young guys, really step up this spring?
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's a young guy, but Tyler Manoa, that's my guy. That's my dog. He's gonna do great things for us. Right now, he's competing for that right tackle spot, and so he's doing really good for somebody that's came over and never played defensive or never played offensive line before. He's definitely picking it up well, and he's real athletic for a big guy, and can really move his feet really well. So I think Tyler's gonna be really good for us.
With all the transition on offense, how much does it help having Sharp and anything?
Oh yeah, I know what I'm getting out of Sharps and the running back group, even just him, Keegan, and the rest of the guys, Deshaun and all those guys. So they're all working really well. Coach Foss does what he does every year with the running backs, so I have no worries there as well as the rest of the group. So
you tweeted this morning that it's 5 years ago today you committed. Are you feeling nostalgic at all?
A little bit. This morning, I actually found out because my mom texted me that this morning, so I was like, this is it's been a minute since I've been here. So no, it's been fun, and I've enjoyed every second of it. And like I said, just showing up every day, being grateful and being happy to be out here and just enjoying the process. It's my last go around. So
You've grown so much since you got here. You've already become a leader. How do you take that next step and even enhance that more?
I think you can never know your teammates too well. So again, just continuing to hang out with those guys on and off the field. I'm constantly trying to work with my mom and my manager to be able to give stuff back to the team in terms of NIL. So working on that stuff and, just trying to give my all to these boys. And as well as just, making sure I know them and what they're going to do both on and off the field. And just trying to, keep the team well. So.
The NIL stuff, they introduced the Westwood Exchange this week. You feel like that's going to help some guys, maybe, some of the lesser known guys particularly?
Yeah, definitely. We talk about it a lot, trying to get guys opportunities that one, either don't have the resources or don't know how to use them. So I think this is really big, and shout out our AD for hooking it up and always giving back to us and making sure we're good. So.
You mentioned earlier, some of the new receivers you have. In a spring setting, when there's not live tackling and all that, how do you, build that chemistry, and what changes between now and the fall, trying to get ready and try to work these new pieces into the offense?
Yeah, so I think on the field at practice is all about communicating. We have to communicate a bunch pre-snap to be able to play fast post-snap and being on the same page. So definitely communication is for on the field, and then off the field, just hanging out with each other, just being in the same room. All these guys have really good personalities and they're really good people. So just getting in the same room with somebody, that'll help a lot with the chemistry already. So.
Dorian, with your tattoo with Dwayne there, what sort of wisdom did he impart to you? What do you kind of hope to kind of carry on from this legacy?
Yeah, I remember it was just yesterday we were on the field with all the NFL guys, and I brought all the receivers out and throwing and stuff with them. And every offseason since I got here as a freshman, he's came out to LA and worked with me, or even came over to my house, and any question and every question I had, he answered, and he really gave me almost the keys of the game to college football and how to be a quarterback. And so I couldn't be more grateful for Dwayne, and I miss him every day. So that's definitely somebody I look to as a mentor, as well as just an inspiration. So.